After discovering problems with the cleanliness of the rooms, Rose starts cleaning all the rooms by herself. Hi, my name is Andreas Hense and this video is part of a series on resource patterns in YAWL. Today we talk about piled execution. The ability to initiate the next instance of a task, perhaps in a different case, once the previous one has completed, with all associated work items being allocated to the same resource. The transition to piled execution mode is at the instigation of an individual resource. Only one resource can be in piled execution mode for a given task at any time. You can see the behavior in the following flash animation. So here we have the flash animation, piled execution. So we have clean room 1, 2 and 3, and clean room 1 is executing. And this is now allocated to Rose. And clean room 1 is now completed by Rose. And clean room 2 as well. So all the work items clean room are allocated to Rose and Rose can complete them. In YAWL, we can implement this by a privilege called piled execution. So now in YAWL, I'll first start by showing you what has been done in the YAWL editor. So we have the specification here, and if we go to the resourcing dialog, we get a window now that shows us how this work item is offered. So it's offered by the system to the role cleaner. And we have 4 cleaners here, 4 cleaner windows on the right-hand side. We have Rose, Bill, Jill and Max. And Rose is also a supervisor, so she has the role cleaner and the role supervisor. And we have now in the YAWL editor, if we go to the task privileges, we have this privilege allow work item to be piled, and we have also restricted this privilege here to the role supervisor. So only the supervisor can pile work items for this clean room task here. So that is how the editor looks like. And now let's look at what happens in the execution. We start a new case ID 13. And we can see that if we refresh the work lists of our 4 cleaners, all of them have been offered this work item clean room for case ID 13. If we start another case, I mean, it's the same thing. So they are all offered to all of the cleaners. And now let's assume that Bill cleans a room. So we go here. And now let's say cleans room number 45. Says room is cleaned and completes the work item. And now let's assume Rose, who is the supervisor, has seen that this room has not been cleaned properly. And now Rose wants to pile the work items to her. But she can only do that if she has already a work item allocated to her. So if we go to this other action menu here, we can only do raise exception. So what we have to do is we have to accept to clean another room, stale work list, or we have a warning here because case ID 13 has already been worked on, so we have to refresh the work list first. So let's say we take number 14 and let's refresh also the other work lists here. And let's also start another case with case ID 15. So now she accepts the work item for case ID 14. And now there is this pile appearing here, and we say pile now. And if we refresh the other work queues, you can see that, of course, the work item for case ID 14 has gone because this is now allocated to rows, but the work items for case 15 are still in the work queues of Bill, Jill, and Max. And so the pile does not take those away that are already there. We can now finish this work item here. So we say, okay, we have room number 55, room is cleaned, complete. And now let's say we start 5 other cases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we look at the work queues now. We refresh all work queues. And now you can see that all of the work items for these new cases are now offered to rows and not to the other ones, or they are even started for rows, so she can directly start working on them. You can see here we have this, this possibility of directly editing them. So she can do this in any order. And let's also finish this one. And now we have all these work items refreshed. So room number 15 is gone as well. And now Rose says that's all for now. She wants to unpile these work items. So she has to go here to this icon here, and then we can see piled execution for clean room. And now she presses the X here, and now this is unpiled. And if we start 3 new cases now, case ID 21, 22, 23, we can now see that they are again offered to everyone. The YAWL specification that I've used here is in the supplementary material. I'll put a link to this in the description below. Thank you for watching.